Hey everyone, okay, so today's video is going to be on my skin, and I did a video that you may or may not have seen. If you click here you can have a look, which was the experience that I had with a new brush head by Clarisonic. And I need to clarify a couple of things. I had been using Clarisonic previously for well over 2 years with no problems at all, and I was using the sensitive head brush. I switched to the deep pore cleansing brush and experienced a lot of irritation on my skin. Now, I've read all through the comments that were written on the video, and a lot of people were saying, well, it's because you changed the brush head. The deep pore cleansing brush is only meant to be used once a week. Well, actually that's not true. The Clarisonic website, at least at the time, I haven't checked it now, states that it's gentle enough to be used for use twice a day. So it says that right there. Something that I think is very, very important to mention about the Clarisonic, because bear in mind I'd had amazing results for 2 years with the sensitive head brush. So to me there was no doubt that it was the brush that irritated the skin. Nowhere on the Clarisonic website does it state that the brush exfoliates the skin. Now remember, there are scientific studies done here on this brush, and all the brush does is cleanse. Now I had a conversation back and forth briefly with Clarisonic on this subject, and they state that there is a sort of a byproduct of exfoliation, but it's only a very small bit. So still, the brush itself does not really exfoliate, at least according to Clarisonic. And when it does exfoliate, it's secondary to cleansing, and it isn't that great, in terms of it doesn't exfoliate that much. Now, when I first started using Clarisonic, I was wise enough to stop all AHA and BHA exfoliant scrubs, because I believed that the brush would exfoliate the skin. I believe the brush exfoliates the skin. Now, I know that they say it's mainly for cleansing, but it exfoliates the skin. You're using a brush that is oscillating and vibrating, and you're going in circular motion, it exfoliates the skin. But the brush irritated my skin, and I was left with irritated spots, broken capillaries. Now, there are such strong lights here that it's always a pain, but at this moment in time, there's nothing on my face. Now, I had the broken veins taken care of in Cardiff. I had IPL done on those, done around the nose and some on the forehead and above the eyebrows here, because with IPL you can't go too close to the beard because it stops the hair growth, and I like a beard. So that's great. But what was happening was, at the time after the breakouts had started, my skin was so irritated. I think the skin's barrier had just been sort of broken slightly, and my skin was very, very irritated. I wanted to get rid of the spots because my skin was breaking out. I couldn't use any exfoliants, no washcloths, because it was just too irritated. So all I was using was a plain moisturizer to deal with some of the dryness. When I tried to use things like benzoyl peroxide, because my skin was already so sensitive, it was making matters worse and creating more problems. So I needed a way to deal with some of the breakouts as well. So I was in Boots in Cardiff, and I'll show you the one I saw, was an LMS spotlights, which are these little devices that look like this, and you turn them on and it emits a red light, and this red light you place onto the skin where the breakouts are, and it helps deal with breakouts. Because it doesn't irritate the skin like benzoyl peroxide can, and because my skin was irritated, this was the option I chose. Because I had really great results from using the small one, I also got the larger one here, which covers a more vast area, right? Because I had a lot of breakouts on my cheeks and areas like that, so it was bothersome. I have to say, the LMS systems worked amazingly well at clearing the blemishes, because they were not going and it was a problem. And the fact that you can use these over makeup makes it absolutely great. 3 times a day I did it for 1 minute in each area. So it was pretty much here on each side and up here. And absolutely within 1 week I was nearly clear of it. I cannot say that you will get the same results, but I can say that these are excellent, excellent devices, and they certainly helped me along the way. Now, when my skin was much, much better, about a month in, I started to include exfoliants back into my routine. I started with an AHA exfoliant of 8%, and I'm still using the LMS lights that I just showed you as well. And my skin responded really well to that. I have now added the Clarisonic back into my skincare routine. I have now taken away the alpha hydroxyacids, the AHAs. So I'm now using the sensitive head brush with my Clarisonic once a day, just once a day at the moment, and I'm still doing the LMS to deal with any breakouts that may still be bubbling up under the surface. But that's all I've done to my skin since. Maybe I'll go back to using it twice a day, I really don't know. But at the moment, my skin's responding really, really well. It's clean, it's soft, it's not dry or combination. It's actually reverted back to how it was when I was a bit younger, which was very, very oily, because I've always had very oily skin. But to me, I think dealing with the breakouts, because they were so bothersome, I'd gone through this acne phase before and I hated it, didn't want to go through it again. The fact that the skin barrier was buggered meant I needed to use something else, which is why I looked into different sources to deal and kill the bacteria on the skin, hence the LMS system. Now they do come with a big one, you can get the small one, and you can also get an even smaller one, which looks like a lipstick. And depending on how many breakouts you have, will obviously determine what size you get. All the links here are in the description bar. It's always worth mentioning, I kind of feel like I don't need to mention it, but it's always worth mentioning that none of this is sponsored, so you know, I'm not making any money off of anybody. But this is what I use, this is what I'm using. I'm using a Paula's Choice cleanser at the moment. I use a Paula's Choice alpha hydroxy acid gel, and I use the LMS light system. That's it, that's what I'm doing to my skin at this very moment in time, and I wasn't paid to say anything, never am. So thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. All the information on these systems and Paula's Choice LMS are in the description bar below. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon, bye bye.